All right, today we're going to break down a really powerful playbook, especially for small and medium-sized businesses. It's a proven method to take you from feeling, well, stuck to absolutely flying past your competition. And the key? It's all about using AI in a smart way. So let's get into it.
So, does this sound familiar to you? Your team is putting in the hours, right? Everyone's pushing hard, but the company, it's just not getting ahead. It feels like you're running on a treadmill, going nowhere fast. Well, a lot of the time, this is because of these hidden bottlenecks, these invisible roadblocks that are secretly holding your entire operation back. And the scary part is, while you're stuck, there are new, AI-powered competitors popping up and just moving at lightning speed. Yeah, that feeling of being stuck? That's inertia. And look, in today's world, that is more dangerous than ever. The risk isn't just standing still. The real risk is being made completely irrelevant by some small, nimble team, that classic garage trio, who are using AI to do everything faster, smarter, and way cheaper. So the real challenge here is breaking that inertia before they completely eat your lunch.
Okay, so how do you fight back against that? Well, the answer isn't some massive, expensive, top-down project. No way. It's actually something much, much smarter and way more manageable. It's all about taking a small experimental first step to start building some real momentum.
And that's where the AI Lab comes in. Just think of it like a focused 3-month sprint. It's a bottom-up approach, meaning your teams on the ground get to experiment with simple AI tools, a lot of them are even no-code, to find and fix real, everyday problems. The whole idea is built around getting quick, tangible wins that build momentum, all without you having to make some huge upfront investment. But here's the thing. Just experimenting isn't quite enough. You need a powerful framework to focus all that effort, right? And this is where we bring in a brilliant, totally proven management philosophy. Think of it as our secret weapon. It's called the Theory of Constraints, or TOC for short, and it was developed by a guy named Eliyahu Goldratt. Now, the core idea is deceptively simple but so powerful. It says that in any business, any complex system, there's always one single thing, and only one, that's the main bottleneck limiting its overall performance. It could be a machine, a specific process, even a company policy. Your job is to find that one thing. Why? Because improving literally anything else is just a waste of your time. And Goldratt gave us a super clear 5-step process for this. Step 1, identify that one single constraint. Step 2, exploit it. That means squeeze every last drop of productivity you can out of it, right now, as is. Step 3, subordinate everything else. Basically make every other part of the system support that one constraint. 4, if it's still the bottleneck, you elevate it. This is when you might invest in improving it. And finally, step 5, once it's fixed, you repeat the whole process. Because guess what? A new bottleneck will always show up somewhere else.
And this is exactly what makes the theory of constraints so incredibly powerful. You've probably heard of the Pareto principle, right? The 80-20 rule. Well, think of this as Pareto, but on steroids. It's all about finding that one critical problem that's causing like 80% of the pain, and then focusing all your energy right there for the biggest possible impact. Okay, so let's recap. We've got the AI lab for doing experiments, and we've got the theory of constraints to give us that laser focus. So, what happens when you put them together? Well, that's when you get incredible acceleration. This is where AI truly becomes your ultimate bottleneck breaker. And the difference in speed, it is staggering. The old way of doing this, finding the real bottleneck in a business, that could take 3 to 6 months of painful manual analysis and a lot of guesswork. But now, with AI-powered methods, we're seeing it can find the core issue in just 4 to 6 weeks. And it does it with something like 90% accuracy. That is a total, absolute game changer.
And the results? Well, they really speak for themselves. Recent studies of SMEs that combine this AI lab approach with the theory of constraints, they're seeing efficiency gains of between 25 and 35%. Just pause and think about that for a second. That's like getting an entire extra quarter of productivity for free every single year. For any business, yours included, those are the kinds of numbers that completely redefine your competitive edge. But look, this isn't just theory, right? Let's see how this actually works out in the real world. We're going to look at a couple of real companies that use this exact method to go from being stuck to speeding ahead.
All right, first up, let's talk about a Dutch retail chain. Their big problem? They were constantly dealing with stockouts. You can just picture it. The sales manager is tearing their hair out over empty shelves, customers are getting angry, and the bosses? They have no idea what the root cause is. It was a classic case of a hidden bottleneck just causing chaos everywhere.
So what did they do? They launched an AI lab. They used data analysis and, boom, they quickly figured out that their core constraint was just inaccurate demand forecasting. So they implemented a pretty simple AI-powered inventory tool, solved the problem, and cut their costs by a massive 18%. I mean, what a huge win from just one focused experiment.
Okay, for our second example, let's head over to Belgium and look at a manufacturing company. The owner had this perfect description for their production line. He said it was like being stuck in a permanent traffic jam on the E40 motorway. You know, just constant delays, missed deadlines, tons of stress. They knew something was wrong, but they just couldn't figure out what was causing the jam.
So, same playbook. They ran a 3-month AI lab to analyze everything, and the core constraint turned out to be inefficient machine planning. So by using AI simulation tools to optimize their scheduling, they boosted their total output by 22%. And here's the kicker, the really crucial part. They did all of this without buying a single new piece of equipment. It was all about making the system they already had work smarter.
Okay, so you've seen the theory, you've seen the proof. Now it's your turn. How can you actually put this into action in your own business? Well, here is a clear step-by-step playbook you can literally start using tomorrow. So your 90-day AI lab can be broken down like this, month by month. Month 1, you start with your support functions. Think HR and finance. You could experiment with AI tools for screening resumes or for predictive budgeting. Easy wins. Then in month 2, you turn to your customer-facing teams, like sales and marketing. Maybe try out a simple chatbot or some AI-driven personalization tools. And then in month 3, you go for the core of your business, operations and supply chain. This is where you can use AI dashboards to really dig deep into your data and find those big insights. And here's your action plan, a quick checklist to get you started. First, pull together a small cross-functional team, maybe 5 to 10 people. Schedule weekly check-ins to see how the experiments are going. This is super important. Hold monthly meetings with management to connect the dots and figure out what the core constraint is. Use tools you probably already have access to, like Tableau or Power BI. And last but not least, please, build in data privacy and GDPR compliance from day one. Don't make it an afterthought.
You know, we've covered a lot of ground here, but really, it all boils down to a pretty simple choice. In this age of AI, every single business owner has to decide. Are you going to stand still and risk becoming irrelevant? Or are you going to choose to accelerate with purpose?
That quote from Eliyahu Goldrath really just says it all, doesn't it? The chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Your business is that chain. It's a chain of processes, and its overall strength is decided by its single weakest link. You can pour all the money and resources you want into the strong links. It won't make a difference. The only way to truly get better is to find and fix that one weak spot.
So the final question really is for you. Your business has a weakest link right now, whether you can see it or not. The tools and the methods to find it and fix it faster than ever before, they're here. They exist. So the only question left is, are you ready to use them?